Can I segue?
Yeah.
So I don't know when this is going to air, but anyhow, it's news that Whoopi Goldberg said on The View that the Holocaust wasn't about race.
It was about
different
white people and white people.
Inhumanity towards a man.
Right.
Anyhow, she got a lot of backlash for that.
Yes.
Saying, well, Whoopi, this is, Hitler killed the Jews because he said they were an inferior race. Therefore, he thought they were race, and that's why he killed them, So it was about race. So she's wrong on that. Okay.
Right.
But her point, which I understand, when she initially said it, was that it was with blacks and what happens to them and whites is race because you can see the black, you can see the white person. So it's automatically about race. But with Jews, it's like, and I think she said the story, if a Nazi came walking towards us and there was me and there was a white Jew, the Nazi would probably, take me first, take me. And if the white Jew said he wasn't Jewish, he'd probably leave him alone. Anyhow, she got suspended, and she'd had to go on.
She did.
And forget this. I absolutely have no problem with what she did. I have no problem with a lot of these people who get canceled. Yeah, she said something that was wrong. And
she said something that was wrong.
And why did they have to throw her off air?
Right. And to your point, it created a conversation. And there is a cogent point being made, as you pointed out. Here's the thing that strikes me. She immediately apologized.
That's what I'm saying.
Whereas on the other side of this, when they say those things, they double down. She owned it. True. She said, okay, I created a controversy. I'm sorry. This is what I'm trying to say. And I recognize where I was wrong. That's a grown-up difference between what she did and what Steve King does over and over and over.
That people get canceled. I mean, the fact that they got rid of Cuomo, considering what all the Fox people do over there, Hannity dealing directly with the president, and Cuomo gets fired at CNN, that aside. Anyhow, Jeff Zucker resigned from CNN. Do you know why he had to step down?
No.
You know who Jeff Zucker is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he was the head of CNN for the past 15 years or whatever. Before that, I think he was at NBC, Today Show. Big guy. Big guy. Big. So he resigned because, as it turns out, he was having a consensual relationship with a woman who he worked with. Now,
legal age and all.
Both consenting. Doing it for years. They both divorced. Two single people working in an office developed a relationship, and he had to quit today.
Because it's inappropriate to have an office relationship? That's the criteria? All right, well, we've gone too far. We've gone too far. That's way too far. How do you meet? If you're single, who are you going to meet? Run into somebody at the grocery store? Well, then it's stalking. And I mean, I don't mean to be flippant, but that is ridiculous. Yeah. You are entitled to be an adult and have a relationship. And if you're truly an adult, guess what? You can work together too.
Well, what they're saying from the corporate office or whatever is that he never disclosed it to people. And that was the problem.
Which was a mature thing not to do.
I know.
I mean, I thought that was the training. It's like, hey, this is your own life. Keep it to yourself. You don't want competition. That is ridiculous. Now, also, and then we'll bring on Shelley, the Spotify thing. Somebody said, well, what do you think about Neil Young taking his thing, because of Joe Rogan's false information about vaccinations? Well, this is the paradox of freedom. Yeah. Spotify can keep Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's entitled to say that. It is free speech. He's entitled to do that. And Neil Young is entitled to protest by saying, well, da-da-da-da. So it's all okay. It's all okay no matter which side of this that you take. It's freedom of speech, freedom to protest. Now, I thought what Rogan did, and I'm not a huge Rogan fan, but he said, you know what? I should make an effort to bring the other side on, the other side of my point of view on, for a more balanced conversation. I think that's the mature thing to do. Now, should Neil Young still
I'm
keep
going to go back
off?
and
Sure.
have this conversation. It's just because you said somebody going on Spotify or going on something and just that on some kind of like media outlet that they can just say whatever they want to say. They have freedom of speech.
Well, yes, but freedom of speech does. Every amendment actually has parameters. You can't yell fire. You can't.
No, I know that. But if I am the provider,
yes,
of your time on my platform,
yeah,
okay. The truth of the matter is you don't have freedom of speech there because it's my platform, just like my restaurant.
Well, Spotify could say no to that speech. Is that what you're
but
saying?
they're trying to do a public relations thing. What I'm saying is, does freedom of speech is freedom? Do I not have a responsibility as the person who provides the platform? And I'm talking specifically Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
Do I have a responsibility as the person who runs that platform to look out there and go, hey, this is not really free speech on my platform, folks. I control everything. Okay. Right. Now, do I have a public obligation? Maybe, I don't know. But it really is and it's PR and it's all this kind of stuff. But the reality is when people go on and go, I can say whatever I want. They're on somebody else's platform. This is a big, big issue. And Facebook, as far as I'm concerned, should have gone after these right-wing people and taken over years ago, and we would have avoided all these problems.
Propagating lies is a problem. Now, I do.
That's why I don't think Joe Rogan. That's why I don't think Joe Rogan really has free speech. Why I don't think he should have free speech.